So for the past week or so, I have been off from work, that is, and I have been enjoying myself. I have been going hunting. I have been going to the shooting range, um, relaxing, if you will. And today I was at the shooting range, and I came across a person who was there, and I find it strange because it was kind of rainy and whatnot, and I went under those conditions because I just wanted to practice, under the rain and whatnot. So I was sending some rounds down range, just practicing and whatnot. And the rain did subside and it stopped raining. And this person was talking to me. It was an older individual, and we started talking. And one thing led to the other, and he started, like mentioning that, oh man, the state of the world is kind of like crazy. I hope you prepare. You're not as old as I am, but I do hope that you are prepared. Just in case. We live in a great state, but still, we depend a lot from the lower 48s and whatnot. So he didn't flat out said to me, "I'm a prepper," and I never said to him, "I am a prepper." But we talked along those lines. And one of the things that he did mention is like, I have a group of friends and we do get together often, and we do practice a lot and whatnot. And we do have plans, just in case. So I recommend you, youngster, that's what he told me, youngster, to think about those things, because you never know when you're going to need help. And in my life, I have encountered several times that I needed help. This is the guy telling me this. And I said, no, I agree with you 100%. And I did mention to him, I did disclose, I come from a third world country. I lived in Cuba for 16 years. So that changed his tone towards me more. Oh, so what can happen. And we talk a little bit about politics and whatnot. But that made me think about prepper groups and whatnot. And when I got home, I started thinking, and I went online and I started looking at pros and cons of prepper groups and whatnot, because most of the times what I do is I go practice by myself. Miss D is working, Lass is at school. So here I am. I'm off because I took vacation. I need vacation for my mental well-being. And I'm practicing, and last week we were hunting and whatnot together. Last, you seen pictures, you seen videos. Last actually show you all how to breast or pull, whatever you want to call that, a grouse, the most easy way possible. But I started thinking, and I was like, prepper groups are nice in theory and whatnot, but often people don't get along too well. And how will you know whether or not you get along? I mean, have you ever encountered folks saying, "Oh my God, I can't wait until my son is 18 so he can get the hell out of my house"? Damn it, if that is an indication, I don't want to be around you. Because the first sign that you see that I don't agree with you, I might be on the street. You see what I'm saying? So those are little indicators, see those type of things. Unfortunately, because of my background, work related and whatnot, I have been trained to pick on little things from people. Little, subtle things. Things, the way that they move, the way they react to things. Mrs. D, of course, have a training. She has the training. She had the psychological training that goes along way beyond my expertise. So we do talk a lot, and I do present findings of the things that I see, and whether or not I am okay, she agrees with me or not, that's irrelevant. But we do talk quite a bit in that regard, and we both have agreed that not everybody's going to agree with you. In fact, not everybody is going to agree with you on everything, even if they agree, on most things, but not on everything. So we usually tend to tell people we have a lot of friends. Well, the word friend is very, very strong. Very strong. A friend is somebody who you can count on any given time, that you can have a conversation, and you can take in a criticism without getting upset. That is a friend. Acquaintances, on the other hand, is somebody that you should talk to, and that's it. But in a prepper group, I don't think having acquaintances around will be a good idea, just because you don't know how long you're going to have to be dealing with these people for an extensive amount of time. Take, for example, in Cuba, the buildings are really old, really, really old. So housing is always a problem, or was a problem over there. And once upon a time, my mom needed to relocate from her house. So we ended up living with an extended family for an extended amount of time. I'm not gonna say that was all perfect, but there were some instances in there that, you know, there was not arguments but disagreements. At the end of the day, everything got resolved and whatnot. But those are the things that you have to be aware that can happen in a prepper group. And doing it right now, honestly, is better than doing it as it happens or after an SHTF. A lot of people do think about SHTF, oh, this and that. An SHTF can happen as you lose your job and your ability of paying your mortgage is off the window. You don't have a place to live now because the bank took your home. Now you are in an SHTF. If you don't have good friends, and I'm speaking friends who are willing to lend you a hand, you're going to be in a world of hurting. I'm telling you that right now. There is nothing more uncertainty or sinister, or it's something that actually gives me nightmares, to be without a home, to be without a roof over your head. I'm telling you this, you know, so you can be aware. That is something harsh to deal with. It actually gives me nightmares. That's one of the reasons that I'm always so adamant about owning my place. So, again, there's no guarantee that folks that you bring into your prepper group are going to get along with each other. Or even you and that group. You don't know. They can be members from your church. I don't go to church, but maybe you do. And you may think those people are the best people in the world because, well, you share in a religious and you believe that they are good people. Well, in reality is, the true reality is that when the doors are closed in their home, they might be demons. They might be devil reincarnated, but you don't know that because you don't spend a lengthy amount of time with those people. You only have a fraction of the face that they want to put in front of you. Here's my thing. I'd rather spend time with people, truthful people, than with fake people. I'm telling you that right now. And that's another thing that you have to consider. You don't know who these people are unless you spend time with them. You really don't know. Some people appear to be top notch. Like this person is trustworthy like no other. Well, you don't know is that dude is a pedophile. You don't know that. I was very cautious about who I let be around my son. Very cautious. Because you don't know. You really don't know. So keep that in mind. I mean, I'm giving you worst case scenarios, but those are the things that you have to consider for a worst case scenario. If something does happen, you have to be comfortable that you're going to leave your kid with somebody that you can trust. Somebody that if you are gone, will take care of your kids as they are their own. You get what I'm saying? That's how comfortable you need to be. It's not like, such and such is my friend. Just gonna leave my son, my only son, with that person, and it will be fine. Do I really know that person? Do I really trust that that person will take care of my son and not slave my son? Not beat the shit out of my son every day because it's not his blood. Once the money that my son has runs out, probably my son will be on the street because there's no gaining anymore. All of those things you need to think about. All of those things. Now, let's move along. It's just a couple of things that I thought about. Sometimes distance is a problem. In the place that I live in Cuba, I live about 7-8 miles. Give or take. The point here is the distance that we live. It was significant. Walking, I walked several times to his house. It would take me about 2 hours walking nonstop. Walking, and another 2 hours back. We and bicycles is a little different, 30 minutes or so, but it was significant. Now here, everybody's accustomed to cars. Everybody in the United States, you ask somebody to walk, and they're gonna tell you what to go to the gas station at the corner. I'm gonna drive. People don't walk anymore, so distance may be an issue. Think about that too. If you like 20-30 miles away, what good are you then? I mean, there's really no way that you can get to me in a timely manner. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's something to consider too. I'm not saying that you need to, just put those people and put them away and be like, oh, I don't need you in my group. But something to consider. How can you or them get to each other? How can we get to each other in a timely manner? Can they do that? Can you do that? Something to consider. So I want to bring that to you because it is very important to keep those things in mind as if you decide to get into a group or you decide to form a group. The other and last thing that I want to mention is expectations. A lot of folks have expectations of what are you going to be bringing to the table. Be upfront. Be upfront. If you have health issues, be upfront. I'm always upfront with folks. I have a bad back. I cannot carry what I used to carry when I was younger. I cannot do that. What I do now, I depend on machinery. That's why I have machinery. I'm always upfront. At least I try to be upfront. So there will be no expectations of, well, if we kill the moose, I expect you to haul half a moose out of the field. Well, that's not going to happen. Billy's not going to do that. Billy does have a machine, however, so that is it. That is my get around those type of things. In fact, as you get older, and everybody's getting older, I guarantee you, you're going to be more on my side than on your side. Because it will be a day that you can no longer carry a 100-pound backpack and haul up the hill. You just won't be able to. Age is a bitch. We all get older. So keep that in mind too. Expectations. Now, here is one thing that I want to leave it at that. And after that, you make your own decisions, whether or not you want to have your prepper group, your idea what a prepper group is and whatnot. But I want to leave you with this. And this is something that Dee tells me all the time. You need to find folks who are flexible. You really do need to find folks who are very flexible. Adapt and improvise is key here. If you are just going your way, and it's either your way or the highway, or the group is like, this is the way of the highway, that is bound to fail. If you are unable to adapt to new situations, and you are not able to pivot to the situation at hand, and to accept that everybody is gonna change differently, there is no point of creating a prepper group. You might as well continue to do what you are doing, which is, well, a lone wolf mentality. I do guarantee you, though, there is power in number. There's a lot of power in numbers. So hopefully this video gave you some ideas about, prepper groups and whatnot. I'm not saying that I know how to do one. In fact, I don't have one. But all I can tell you is that for 16 years, we survive, we thrive, and, just saying, I leave it up to you what to do with the information that you just got. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Like always, rock on, rip on, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.